Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of 28th of November 2023. Essence. Sweet children, this knowledge is butter and devotion is buttermilk. The Father gives you butter in the form of this knowledge and makes you into the masters of the world. This is why they sow butter in the mouth of Shri Krishna. Question. How can you recognize someone whose intellect has faith? What attainment is there on the basis of faith? Answer. First, the children whose intellects have faith are the true moths who surrender themselves to the flame, not those who simply circle around. Only those who surrender themselves to the Father enter the kingdom. Those who simply circle around become part of the subjects. Second, the promise of the children whose intellect have faith is, even in the most adverse situations, I will not let go of my religion. Their intellects have true love, and so they forget all their bodily religions and their bodies and stay in remembrance of the Father. Song. Leave your throne of the sky and come down to earth. Om Shanti. God speaks. The incorporeal Supreme Father is called God. Who said God speaks? That incorporeal Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. The incorporeal Father sits here and explains to you incorporeal souls. You incorporeal souls, listen with the physical organs of your bodies. A soul is not called male or female. A soul is called a soul. The soul himself says through these organs, I leave one body and take another. All human beings are brothers. As children of the incorporeal Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, you are brothers, and when you become the children of Prajapita Brahma, you are brothers and sisters. Constantly continue to explain this to everyone. God is the protector, the one who gives devotees the fruit of their devotion. The Father explains, I alone am the bestower of salvation for all. I become the teacher of all of you and give you Srimad, and then I am also the Sadguru of everyone. He doesn't have a father, teacher or guru. That Father, not Shri Krishna, is the one who teaches you the ancient Raj Yoga of Bharat. Shri Krishna cannot be called the Father. He is said to be the Prince of Heaven who has divine virtues. Only the one is called the Purifier and the Bestower of salvation. All souls are now unhappy, impure and corrupt. Bharat itself is divine and elevated in the Golden Age. When it then became a corrupt, devilish kingdom, everyone says, O purifier, come and establish the kingdom of Rama. Therefore, it is now the kingdom of Ravan. People burn Ravan, but none of the scholars, teachers, or pandits know what Ravan is. The golden age and the silver age are the kingdom of Rama, whereas the copper age and the iron age are the kingdom of Ravan. The day of Brahma is the day of the Brahma Kumars and Kumaris. The night of Brahma is the night of the Brahma Kumars and Kumaris. The night is now to end and the day is to come. It is remembered there are those who have non-loving intellects at the time of destruction. There are also the three armies. The Supreme Father is called Most Beloved God, the Father, the Ocean of Knowledge. So he must surely be giving you this knowledge. He is the living seed of the world. He is the Supreme Soul, that is, He is God, the highest on high. It isn't that He is omnipresent. To say that He is omnipresent is to defame the Father. The father says, by my being defamed, there has been defamation of religion, and Bharat has become poverty stricken and corrupt. I have to come at such a time. Bharat itself is my birthplace. The Somnath temple and the temples of Shiva are here. I make my birthplace into heaven, and then Ravan makes it into hell. This means that by following the dictates of Ravan, people have become residents of hell, the devilish community. Then I change them and make them elevated and into the divine community. This is an ocean of poison, and that is an ocean of river. Rivers of ghee flow there. In the golden and silver ages, Bharat was constantly happy and solvent, and there were palaces of diamonds and jewels. Bharat is now 100% insolvent. I alone come and make it 100% solvent and elevated. People have now become so corrupt that they have forgotten their divine religion. The father sits here and explains, the path of devotion is buttermilk, and the path of this knowledge is butter. They sow butter in the mouth of Shri Krishna. That means he had the kingdom of the world. Lakshmi and Narayan were the masters of the world. The Father himself comes and gives you the unlimited inheritance. That is, he makes you into the masters of the world. He says, I do not become the master of the world. If I were to become the master, I would then also have to be defamed by Maya. You are the ones who are defeated by Maya, so you then have to gain victory. You are trapped in the five vices. I am now making you worthy of living in a temple. The Golden Age is a big temple, and it is called Shivalaya, and it is established by Shiva. The Iron Age is called a brothel. All are vicious. The Father now says, renounce the religions of bodies, consider yourselves to be souls, and remember me, your Father. You children now have love for the Father. You don't remember anyone else. You are those who have loving intellects at the time of destruction. You know that only the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is called Sri Sri 108. They turn the beads of the rosary of 108 up ever with Shiv Baba, then the mother and father, Brahma and Saraswati, and then their children who make Bharat pure. The rosary of Rudraks has also been remembered. This is called the sacrificial fire of Rudra. This is also such a big imperishable sacrificial fire of knowledge in which the horse is sacrificed to receive self-sovereignty. It has been continuing for so many years. All the innumerable religions are to be sacrificed into this sacrificial fire because only then will the sacrificial fire end. This is the imperishable sacrificial fire of imperishable Baba. Everything material is to be sacrificed into this. Children ask, when will destruction take place? Oh, those who establish something then have to sustain it. This is Shiv Baba's chariot. Shiv Baba is the charioteer in this, but there aren't any horse chariots etc. here. They have just sat and made of paraphernalia for the path of devotion. Baba says, I take the support of this matter. The father explains, at first there is unadulterated devotion, but it then becomes completely adulterated by the end of the Iron Age. Then the father comes and gives the butter to Bharat. You are studying to become the masters of the world. The father comes and feeds you butter. Buttermilk begins in Ravan's kingdom. All of these matters have to be understood. New children cannot understand these things. Only the Supreme Father Only the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is called the ocean of knowledge. The Father says, "No one on those paths of devotion can find me. Only when I come do I give the devotees the fruit of their devotion. I become the liberator. I remove their sorrow and take them to the land of peace and the land of happiness." An intellect with faith leads to victory, and an intellect with doubt leads to destruction. The Father is the flame. The Father is the flame. Some moths completely surrender themselves, whereas others simply circle around and go away. They don't understand anything. Children who surrender themselves know that they truly receive the unlimited inheritance from the unlimited Father. Those who simply circle around and go away will then become parts of the subjects number wise. Those who surrender themselves claim their inheritance number wise according to the efforts they make. The reward received is according to the efforts made. Only the one Father is the ocean of knowledge. This knowledge then disappears. You would have then received salvation. There are no gurus, etc., in the golden and silver ages. Everyone now remembers the Father because He is the ocean of knowledge. He grants salvation to everyone. The cries of distress end, and there is the joy of victory. You know the beginning, middle, and end of the world. You have now become Trikaldarshi and Trinetri. You are now receiving all the knowledge of the Creator and the beginning, the middle, and the end of creation. This is not a tall story. The Gita is spoken by God, but they have falsified it by inserting Krishna's name. You children now have to benefit everyone. You are the Shiv Shakti army. It is remembered. Salutations to the mothers. Salutations are given to those who are pure. When a Kumari is pure, everyone bows down to her. As soon as he goes to her in-laws and become impure, she continues to bow down to everyone. Everything depends on purity. Bharat had a pure household religion. It is now an impure household religion. There is nothing but sorrow. It is not like that in the golden age. It is not like that in the golden age. The Father brings heaven on the palms of his hand for you children. While living at home, you can claim your inheritance of liberation in life from the Father. There is no question of leaving your homes and families. The path of isolation of the sannyasis is separate. You now make these promises to the Father. Baba, I will definitely become pure and become a master of the pure world. And whatever happens, I will never leave my religion. Donate the 5 vices so that you are freed from the eclipse of Ravan, and you will then become 16 celestial degrees full. In the golden age, they are 16 celestial degrees full, completely viceless. You now have to follow Srimad and once again become like that. God is the Lord of the poor. Wealthy ones are unable to take this knowledge because they think that because they have a lot of wealth, etc., they are now sitting in heaven. This is why only the innocent, the weak, and those with stone intellects take this knowledge. Bharat is poor. Among them too, the Father only makes those who are ordinary and poor belong to him. Only they have it in their fortune. The example of Sudama is remembered. The wealthy don't have time to understand these things. Some daughters used to go to Rajendra Prasad, former President of India. They told him, Know the unlimited Father and you will become worth a diamond. Do this 7 days course. He used to say, yes, what you say is very good. I will take the course after I have retired. When he retired, he said, I am now ill. Eminent people don't have time. Only when they first complete the 7 days course can they have the intoxication of becoming Narayan. They cannot be colored just like that. It is only after 7 days that you can tell whether someone is worthy or not. If he is worthy, he will become busy after effort. After If he is worthy, he will become busy making efforts to study. Unless someone is very firmly colored in the furnace or bhatti, the color fades as soon as he goes outside, and this is why you first have to color them very firmly. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Babdada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. Essence for Dharana. First, become a Shiv Shakti and benefit the world. On the basis of purity, change human beings who are worth cells and make them worth diamonds. Second, Second, according to Srimad, donate the vices and become fully viceless. 16 celestial degrees full. Become the moths who surrender themselves to the flame. Blessing. May you become a powerful soul and an embodiment of remembrance while overcoming adverse situations by considering them to be sightseeings. May you become a powerful soul and an embodiment of remembrance while overcoming adverse situations by considering them to be sightseeings. Because souls who are embodiments of remembrance are powerful, they consider adverse situations to be games. No matter how big the situations may be, for powerful souls, all of those are sightseeings on the path of their destination. People actually spend money to go and see sightseeings. For powerful souls who are embodiments of remembrance, whether you call it an adverse situation, a paper, or an obstacle, all of them are sightseeings. You are aware that you have passed those sightseeings on the way to your destination countless times. It is nothing new. Slogan. Instead of correcting others, make a connection with the Father and you will continue to experience blessings. Instead of correcting others, make a connection with the Father and you will continue to experience blessings. Acha, sweet elevated versions of Mateswari. There is no benefit in just chanting the mantra of Om. To chant Om means to sing this constantly. When you say the word Om, it does not mean that we have to say it out loud. There is no benefit in life by simply saying Om. However, by being stable in the meaning of Om and by knowing the meaning of that word Om, human beings can have peace in their lives. People definitely want to have peace and they have many conferences to establish that peace. However, the result seen is that there is greater peacelessness and causes of sorrow. The main reason is that there cannot possibly be peace on earth until human beings have destroyed the 5 vices. So first, every human being has to control their 5 vices and connect the string of their souls to the Supreme Soul. Only then can there be peace. So let each person ask the self, have I destroyed the 5 vices in me? Have I made the effort to conquer them? If they ask, how can I control the 5 vices in me? Show them this method. First of all, give the dhoop fragrance from incense sticks of this knowledge and yoga. Then, together with that, tell them the elevated versions of the Supreme Soul. Connect the yoga of your intellect to me, take power from me, and by your remembering me, the Almighty Authority, God, the vices will continue to be removed. We now have to make this much spiritual endeavor that God Himself comes and teaches us. Acha, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti.